right, here is Unit 1, Test 1, correction problem number 1. It's number 2 on your test, so that's why it says number 2 to the left as you're looking at your problem. So you have an example, and then you have some steps to solve. After you do this part, you then need to come in for tutoring, and you will do the problem on the right to get credit for your corrections. So the first problem we have here, if 5n plus 2 is less than 12 plus 9n, which of the following is a value of n? And you have several choices. And so we've got some steps. The first thing says take the baby variable to the mama variable. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our inequality, 5n plus 2 is less than 12 plus 9n, and we're going to take the baby to the mama. Well, the smaller one is the 5n, so we're going to do minus 5n from both sides. And so then we're going to have 2 is less than 12 plus 4n. Then step 2 says remove the constant. So over here on the right is where I moved my variable to. So now I need to remove my constant from that side. So I've got to get rid of this positive 12 by doing minus 12. So now I have negative 10 is less than 4n. And then step 3 says isolate the variable. So I have to use opposite operations to get that n all by itself. Well, the opposite of doing 4 times n is dividing by 4. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And get to my answer is negative 10/4, but I'm going to simplify that. I'm going to simplify that down because it will simplify to negative 5 over 2 is less than n, which is the same thing as negative 2.5. is less than n. And I'm going to turn this around because I like my variable on the right. It's easier to read. So it's really the same thing as saying n is greater than negative 2.5. These mean the same thing. So your next step says to draw a number line and label all of the numbers given as possibilities. Convert the fractions into decimals, and then we'll choose the numbers that make the inequality true. So let me grab a different pen here. We're going to make a number line. And we're going to put all of our numbers on here that we need. So if there is a 0 here, then negative 1 is next to it. Negative 7 over 3. If you take your calculator and go ahead and divide that so we can convert it to a decimal, we get that it's negative 2.3 repeating. So we're going to put it down here, negative 2.3. And then negative 5.5 would be down here. And then positive 3 would be over here. So I need my value to be greater than 2.5. Well, 2.5, negative 2.5, would be right here. It would be on the other side of negative 2.3. And I need numbers that are bigger than that. So all of these values to the right. So that means this number, and this number are all greater than that. So that looks like negative 1, negative 7 over 3, and positive 3. So it looks like 1, 2, and 4. So my answer should be C. So that's how you do that kind of problem. Come in for tutoring. We'll work through the one on the right together and get your test corrections done.